As heavy rains continue to impact several parishes, the National Works Agency (NWA) is urging motorists in St. Mary, Portland and St. Thomas to exercise extreme caution. NWA Communications Manager Stephen Shaw says Portland has experienced the most extensive damage with landslides, fallen trees and flooding. He pointed to the Churchill Corner Main Road as one of the corridors affected.
So the heavy rains have been impacting most of the northern parishes, and in particular St. Mary, Portland and St. Thomas. We have had a number of roads being impacted, mostly in Portland, to include the stretch from Churchill Corner to Muir Park. The Windsor to Moortown Road is once again being impacted. The Breastworks Road is also being impacted. We have issues in the Springbank area as well, also at Black Hill. Most of these issues are relating to landslides, fallen trees, and bad discovered surfaces.
Mr. Shaw also notes that the road through Junction St. Mary is badly impacted by the heavy rains.
In St. Mary, we have had issues on the road through the junction. The road from Grandy Hole to Scotts Hall was impassable earlier. It has been reopened to single lane, and that effort continues. In Port Morant, there was flooding overnight into this morning, and again, that's an area which is low-lying, and once the rainfall is of high intensity or over a certain intensity, then flooding is always likely in that space.
NWA Communications Manager Stephen Shaw. Mr. Shaw says it's expected that the drainage issue in Port Morant, St. Thomas, will be dealt with under the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Program. A motorcyclist died after he collided into a minibus on the St. Margaret's Bay Main Road in Portland yesterday. He is Rashawn Miller, a resident of Hope Bay in the parish. Police say at about 3:15 p.m., Miller was driving the motorcycle when he allegedly began to wheelie, lost control, and crashed into a white Nissan motor car. He was reportedly thrown from the vehicle. Miller was pronounced dead at hospital. It's unclear if anyone from the Nissan was hurt.
The Trelawney police have charged a man for the murder of his brother-in-law in Wakefield on Saturday. The police have also renewed their appeal for a woman being sought in relation to the murder of her husband to turn herself in. The woman and her brother are accused of involvement in the killing of 59-year-old fisherman David Brown of Moorfield District in Wakefield during a domestic dispute. Reports are that on December 30, about 5:30 a.m., residents heard screams coming from the house and later stumbled upon the wounded man in nearby bushes. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Brown was found wrapped in a sheet with wounds all over his body. Brown was taken to hospital where he later succumbed. Head of the Trelawney Police, Deputy Superintendent Winston Milton, FM News, that the woman's brother, whose identity has not been released, has since been charged in connection with Brown's death, while Brown's widow remains on the run. 2 firearms and over 30 9mm cartridges were recovered by lawmen in Kingston during separate operations at the start of the year. Reports from the Constabulary Communications Network Unit are that in the first incident at about 6 o'clock this morning, lawmen acting on information during an intelligence-led operation went to the gully along Godfrey Road in the Crossroads area where they found a brown bag containing a .38 Smith & Wesson revolver. The weapon was sent to the forensic laboratory for testing. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure. In the second incident, 12 9mm cartridges were seized from a teenager along Birdwood Crescent in Augustown, St. Andrew this morning. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police said at about 1:50 a.m., lawmen were on patrol in the area when a group of males was observed leaving an event. They were accosted, searched, and the ammunition removed from the teen's jacket pocket. He was taken into custody pending further investigations. And in the third incident, the St. Andrew North Police seized 1 9mm pistol, 2 magazines, and 26 9mm rounds of ammunition on Fagan Avenue, Grandspin, Kingston earlier today. Reports from the Constant Spring Police said at about 1:40 a.m., lawmen were on patrol in the area when a group of persons was seen standing along the roadway. Upon the approach of the police, the crowd dispersed. A search was conducted and the firearm and ammunition recovered. Investigations continue. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the crime portfolio, Fitz Bailey, has lauded the Clarendon Police for clearing up several sexual offence cases in the parish. DCP Bailey noted that of over 100 cases recorded in Clarendon, over 70 have been cleared up. He also noted that over 1,000 sexual offence cases have been recorded island-wide for 2023. The 10 Haitians who arrived in Portland illegally on Saturday have been sent back to their home country. Human rights lobby group Freedom Imagineers said the 2 females and 8 males were sent back home before the advocates could intervene on their behalf. Group founder and attorney-at-law Melaine Eleni expressed concern that over 90 undocumented Haitians who came to Jamaica in the past year were sent back home without being given access to legal advice or asylum procedures. Ms. Eleni also expressed concern that she has been prevented from representing the Haitians. 10 undocumented Cubans who were seen at a hotel in Trelawney on Saturday are to be interviewed by the Cuban consulate and representatives from the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA. Head of the Trelawney Police, Deputy Superintendent Winston Milton, gave IRFM News the update this afternoon. He said the 10 men remain in police custody and are being processed. DSP Milton said no charge has yet been laid against the Cubans. In recognition of the 65th anniversary of the Cuban Revolution, the People's National Party, PNP, has renewed its commitment to fostering collaboration and friendship between Jamaica and Cuba. PNP Chairman Dr. Angela Brown Burke noted that this historic milestone prompts a reflection on the transformative journey that commenced on January 1, 1959, when the Cuban people, led by Fidel Castro, successfully overthrew the Batista regime. Dr. Brown Burke said the party takes pride in the long-standing historical ties between the two countries, as well as salutes Cubans for their resilience and indomitable spirits. The nation's leaders are urging citizens to display more compassion, positivity, and unity this year. In their New Year's Day messages, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, and Opposition Leader Mark Golding acknowledged that 2023 was marred by many challenges, such as crime, road crashes, and climate change impacts. They said for these situations to improve, Jamaicans must work together. Sir Patrick said people should be more caring. And Mr. Holness urged Jamaicans to be optimistic, while Mr. Golding said he's committed to working towards creating a better country.